Let's start with the latest developments, though, out of Israel and Gaza, where it's now 12:30 in the morning local time. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken has spent the day there in Israel, and he's pledged once again unwavering support for Israel in a public display of unity with the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. These are the main developments today. We'll start with the death toll there, as you can see. It stands at 1,300 now on the Israeli side of things, and then 1,417 in Gaza. Numbers that will continue to climb on both sides. Israel says it's dropped more than 6,000 bombs now in the last 6 days. In Gaza, it remains without power. So food, water supplies, as well as medicine, it's continuing to decline. And Israel says its blockade will not end until all of those hostages are released. That's not so simple. Israel's Defence Force says it's preparing for a possible ground invasion, but no clear timeline on that just yet. Sky News correspondent Alistair Bunkle has the latest, and a warning here, folks, that some viewers may find these images distressing.
Antony Blinken is on a tour of the Middle East to try and stop this war escalating. He landed in Tel Aviv first to show America's support for Israel.
I came to Israel bearing a simple message. The United States stands with Israel and with its people. Today, tomorrow, every day. We're delivering on those needs as we speak, and we will work closely and swiftly with Congress to meet them as they evolve.
Hamas is ISIS, and just as ISIS was crushed, so too will Hamas be crushed. And Hamas should be treated exactly the way ISIS was treated.
After the meeting, Benjamin Netanyahu tweeted some of the photos he'd showed Blinken. 2 were the charred bodies of babies. A third had multiple bullet wounds. Blinken was visibly shocked.
I think for any human being to see this, it's really beyond almost anything that we can comprehend, digest. Images are worth 1,000 words. These images may be worth 1,000,000.
In Gaza, new figures released by the Gaza Health Ministry today said that 447 children have been killed in Gaza over the last 6 days. The Israeli Defense Forces believe Hamas are disorientated after their bombing in recent days. But today, the militant group said there would be no surrender until the battle is over. The US Secretary of State later met some of the people who survived the massacre at the music festival on Saturday.
I admire your strength, and also telling your stories makes a big difference too. The world needs to know this.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're there with you. We're there for you.
We see. Thank you guys. Thank you.
From Israel, Antony Blinken is taking the short flight across to Amman in Jordan, where he'll meet the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas. He will then go to Qatar, which has a direct line to Hamas, to try and negotiate the release of some of the hostages. The Israeli troop build-up on the northern border continues. It hasn't escalated there yet, but there have been some limited exchanges of fire and false alarms. There is a fear it could become a new front.
Thank you very much.
As Israel reels from its darkest day and as Gaza faces its own, the world is trying to stop this getting any worse than it already is. Alistair Bunkle, Sky News in Tel Aviv.
Still overseas, in France is banning all pro-Palestinian demonstrations, threatening jail time and deportation for foreign nationals. Jewish and Muslim communities in France are among the largest in Europe. More than 100 anti-Semitic acts have been recorded nationwide since those Hamas terror attacks began on the weekend. France's Interior Minister is now pushing for a visible police presence in all Jewish schools and synagogues. At least 10 arrests have been made after a group of over 3,000 pro-Palestinian demonstrators defied the ban after it was put in place.